Okay, I didn't forget that one today. So welcome everybody on today's training session. I have asked in the Facebook group where you would like to have the more training about. I got some feedback, but I'm happy to dig in other problems and other topics you have. So what I was planning to cover today is, one second please, is the call leads overview and the round robin. Does that make sense for you guys on the webinar training? Do you would like to dig in those two topics first more? Chunk said yes. Dog, yeah, okay. Yeah, and I will cover something else, but sounds good to me. Query, okay. Okay, let's start with those two topics, and then we can have an other discussion about other questions you have, and I have something else also for you guys. So let me close this screen and share an other screen. Okay, do you guys see now the call tracking portal? And now I have to see where my question box are. Okay, so that works. Now I have to see where my question box is. That disappeared. 1 second guys, so I can answer the questions you have. It's hiding behind the... Let's see where I can get that fixed. Sorry guys. It's behind this screen and it doesn't want me to show. Okay, 1 second. Oh my god. I am lost my questions. Okay, I see here. Okay, I see at least some questions here. Do you guys, do you still see my the call portal? Okay, good. So the first thing we're going to cover is the lead filter. So let me go through the process. Once you set up a number with new tracking number, you set up a number and you attach that number to a destination number, and you attach that number to any campaign or company. Okay, so that's the basic. Do we get this part? Or set up a campaign and order a tracking number? Or do you want me to show me that too? I see no comments, as I assume this is normal stuff. So then you go to the calls screen and you make a test call. So you have your tracking number, that's the caller, or the tracking number, and you call that number to see if if everything is set up correctly, if you got good connection. Then Rick, hold on your question please, and I will come back to you. So then you call that number, you listen to the replay and check if everything is set up correctly. So the next step you want to do is have an agreement with the client how you should count and charge that call, and that is handled in the call leads. So you go to the filter and you have a couple of options how you want to count that call. You can agree with the client that you only charge him if the call is at least a minimum duration, like 30 seconds, a minute. If you only charge him unique phone numbers, and if you are decided to listen to each call, you can set that only unique tags get counted as a lead. So if you go back to the calls, you can listen to these calls and then assign a tag. And once you have that, let's say there is a new customer, and if you go to call leads filter, you can say only count calls which has the tag new customer. But if you choose this to do, it requires that you listen to each call. So if you have few calls, it makes sense, and if they're high valuable, it makes sense. But if you have a lot of calls, then I don't prefer to use those feature. I prefer more the minimum duration and unique phone number. Does this make sense? How we filter through the calls and count them as a lead? Okay, Brian, yes. But any questions left about how the leads filter works? I don't see any questions. So once you set up the call filter, you go to all leads, and then it will show, using those filter, which calls qualified as a lead. Okay, so we go from company, we order a trackage number, we make a test call, and we set up the leads filter, and those calls which meet the leads filter requirement get counted as a lead. And those leads you can invoice the client. Yes, that's 369 minutes. Yes, that's a very long call. You're right. So that qualified for sure for a lead. Will the replay available for this training? Yes, if everything goes well, there will be a replay. Last time it went well, but it's no guarantee. Why are some of the calls not invoiced? So let me go to the invoicing. Do we want it now? I can do now. So in the invoice has also settings. Okay, you can select your template. You can select your profile, how to send the invoice to your email profile. Now you have an option, select invoice creation frequency. There are three options: daily, weekly, and monthly. And this particular client gets charged of invoice weekly. So that means that each new week an invoice is created from the calls from past week. And that explains, if you go to call leads, that some calls hasn't been invoiced yet because those are from past week. Does that make sense, Simon? Okay. So that is how so you see I set it up here, and in the past I didn't have that structure. So I set up that structure since June 15. What about the call for 6 hours, and who pays for that? If you get charged, there are two ways how to charge that. Actually, those are seconds. Those are not minutes. I think that is why you. I think that's. I think that makes more sense. Correct. I think you were thinking of minutes. Okay. Okay. I think we should make that more clear that those are seconds. I had in the beginning the same problem. So now let's go through the process. We set up a company on Campaign. We order a trackage number for that company. We make a test call. Then we set up the leads filter and we get all those leads. And those leads can get invoiced to the client. So this was, I think this addressed your guys' first question about email leads, call leads, call filter. Then I got a question, can you be more clear about the $5 monthly set? So it used to be that you get charged $5 for each company. So if you go to company or campaigns, okay, sorry. So then you got charged for each company, okay? Now, if you have numbers, all numbers, if you have at least 3 trackage number, either 2 trackage number, 1 round robin number, you are not getting charged anymore for campaign. So there's a huge benefit because a campaign costs $5 per month and a number only $3 per month for United States, a local number. So you want to order at least 3 trackage numbers. Does that make sense, Simon? Does that answer your question? Okay. So the next step we had on the agenda is the round robin. Okay. So what does the round robin? The round robin, you set up 1 trackage number. And with that trackage number, you can connect to multiple companies' campaigns. Okay. So in order to get a new client, let's say your niche is plumber and you're very good to generate leads for that, but you don't have a client yet in a new city or new area. So what you want to do is sending those calls to those new clients, potential prospecting clients. And you let the calls rotate up till you have about 5 calls. And once you have that, you're going to contact those clients, those prospecting, and say if they want to continue to receive those calls and you have proof of that, or if he wants to, if it's okay to send it to the competitor. And if and you have all those options to activate or pause to send them to a certain company campaign. Does that make sense? Does this answer your guys' question about round robin, or do you have more specific questions? How do you handle the invoice if you give 3 calls a month for free? Okay, I will handle that a little bit. Okay. Okay, dog is good. Okay. Any questions about round robin? What we also just implemented is some users, one second, all numbers, some users ordered a trackage number by accident and they wanted to actually order a round robin number. We implemented a feature that you can move a trackage number to a round robin. So I got some user takers to do that manually, and now you can do it by yourself. But don't click delete that number, okay? Just move to round robin. And a couple of you guys set up a campaign and they had a client and they just name it campaign 1, campaign 2, campaign 3. If you click on this edit number, you see you can now attach a tracking number to a different campaign. And if you go to the campaign lamp, you can even rename that campaign. So now you have all the flexibility. You can rename the campaign and you can attach a tracking number to another campaign. So it's very flexible. Okay, so I got some more questions in. Can any trackers number be made into round robin, or do you need to choose round robin at the start? You can move any trackers number to round robin. Okay, and you do that by numbers, all numbers, and you got this all numbers overview, and you click move to round robin. Okay, so round robin, where does it go after you got a client? So that's a little bit up to you what you want to do with that client, but I think you want to pause the clients who are not paying, and you keep active the one who pays. Okay, then I noticed that the round robin needs to have at least one campaign active, because otherwise, if everything is paused and they call this number, there's no destination number available anymore. So we make that by purpose to have at least one company active in a round robin. Otherwise, you better, if you don't want to use that trackers number, you can better delete that round robin. Yes, but I'm not yet promoting of all. So if you're not yet promoting of all, you just pause the other ones. Let's, at the moment there are no round robin numbers here in, dus let's order a round robin number. See if there's a closed my city. Select this one and then continue. Then you have all those settings, record call, greeting, you can upload a file or you can have the text file. Also what we have implemented over time is that you now can select male or female, and you can select the accent. So you have the American, but we also have the British, Spanish, French, Italian, German. So that's also something new. You can change the whisper message and then show the call ID, which I almost always do. Okay, continue. And then you can choose send me an email alert for missed calls or for every call. So I typically only do missed calls, and then you can enter which email address you want to choose where a missed call go. And then I got some question. Can you cover sourced? Okay, I will do that a little bit later. And then does anyone complain that your landing pages does not make it clear which round robin supplier? The customer doesn't care so much. They want to get helped. And you set up the round robin not for a long time. It can, but in principle only to get a client. And if you have a client, typically they request that all those leads, that you get all those leads. There is an exception in that. Maybe he has a budget for X amount of calls, and if you get more calls that the client is willing to pay them, then you want to split them out. But that's an option what made actually by the client. Okay. So then you can give the name for, let's say, webinar, and you can select there's only one company active now and save changes. Okay. Now if I go to numbers, all numbers, I have this number. Okay, and I can use it or I can disable it. Okay. So what is the cost per minute for the calls in addition to the $3 month charge? It depends a little bit. If you're in the States and for local numbers, 5 cents per minute. So that's the number for. So round robin is number one for getting new client or shared by different business built according to the report. Yes, so the invoicing is based on a company. So it's not connected to a round robin, but it's connected to a company. So you can set the filter and everything, the invoicing for each company. So if you want to, I hope I don't make it too complicated, but let's say you have an agreement that company 1 pays $50 per lead and company 2 $20 per lead. Because the invoice setting is related to round robin and not to round robin, you have all those settings. How do you find people that are paying for AdWords? Simon, I come out with a new software for that, so you will be very pleased when time is there. It's a couple of weeks off. It's called Lead Finder Jack. So the calls in seconds or minutes. It's in most overview is in seconds, but I need to make that more clear. I agree. Okay, see, so about keyword tracking, tomorrow's call, when I set up the webinar, I was planning to pick one day in the week and I end up 2 days per week, and I will go, eventually I will do 1 per week, but tomorrow call, I will handle, I will tell everything about keyword tracking from Google AdWords. It's very advanced, not everybody is ready for that, but my businesses and my AdWords campaign changed because of that. I think I spent about 30% lesser per month, and I have spent about $1 million now, so it is a lot of money. And my click-through rate and my performance is much better. So is the new software included in Lead Tracker Jack at no charge or another cost? Jack, are you referring to Lead Finder Jack? If that, yes, is a Windows software application. I am so excited about it. We have now beta testers and ready for launch, so it will blow you away. I don't know any better Lead Finder software. That's what I can tell about it. When I get a client through round robin, should I move them into a new campaign? It's I at this moment you just paused the other one, and we haven't implemented. If you go to all numbers, you can move round robin. You can move a trackers number to round robin, but there's no option that you can move a round robin to trackers number. So you keep it around round robin. We might add that later. Okay. Is the replay of training going in available? Yes, if everything goes well, yes, but it's no guarantee. Okay, see if I missed. Actually, I skipped one question about invoice settings, and I will cover them now. So in the invoice setting, you have the option to offer free leads per invoice. So if you get 10 calls in, you can agree with the client to only charge 8 calls and give them 2 for free. And the reason why you want to do that is that you do not want to argue about every call. It's more convenient on your side to give something for free, and there are probably some calls which might not be in conversion, but the client also see that you give some free leads. So he said, okay, I got this for free, and we can, balance that out. If you listen to each call, you take that effort, and each call is $100, then probably you do not want to give them a free lead per invoice and charge them for each valuable call. Does that make sense? The invoice is related to a company. So if you go to campaign round robin, each round robin is connected to a campaign round robin, and the invoice is related to a campaign. It's not related to round robin. So if you have multiple campaigns or companies here, the invoice setting is related to that company. It's not related to the round robin. So you can have different pricing, different settings for the same round robin companies. So if you go back to round robin, you can charge AnyLab Does Now Tampa for $50 and AnyLab Does Now Clearwater for $40, because the invoice settings and the invoicings are on campaign level. They are not on round robin level. Does that make sense, John? Okay. I definitely want the ability to move a number from Octo. Okay. It's noted, and it will get done. So once we have some time. It's at the moment it is PDF, the invoicing. I don't think it is so hard to make a CSV. So I can put that as a feature request. Brian. Do you invoice for email leads? Yes. That is. I was a little bit surprised about the response I got from email leads. Some users, they say, since you came out with this software with lead tracking, calls, and emails, I quitted my job. But in the Facebook group, I don't see too much action about email tracking, and I think most of your users missed the point, because if you have a good website form, if you have a good form on the website, you can get about 30% of the website visitor fill out the form, and those are on top of the calls, because people typically call only during business hours. They know they don't get connection when the business is closed. And some people prefer not to call but to send an email, because maybe they are in a situation they are not able to call but still able to email, or they prefer email because maybe the language is not so good. You never know. Some visitors, from some users I get feedback that about 30 to 50% you get more leads coming through. If it is so simple, integrated in Lead Tracker Jack, so it's no excuse not to use it. Where is the best place to host landing page for PPC? Page on your website or something else? Okay. So does it make sense? Did I address the question about email tracking versus call tracking, and why I think you should implement it besides call tracking and offer it to your client as another source of leads. Anybody questions about this topic? Okay, I don't see new questions about it. So in invoicing, it's all integrated. Okay, when you go to invoice settings, you have a section for call leads and you have a setting for email leads. And when you create the invoice, both leads, both line items are shown as calls and as emails. Very simple. Yes, there is is there a value difference between email and call? Yes, there is sometimes. If you have a website and one of the option is to make an appointment instead of a call, that appointment setting has much more value than a call, because a call needs to get converted to an appointment. If there's a website option for asking an invoice or making a call, then maybe the value is the same, because people it's very easy to email, okay, I like to have an invoice, and a call, the operator is able to convert them and nail them down. So it depends on the form and the purpose. But to start off and just think about it about the same, okay, and always try to find out what is the client value, what is the customer value for that client, and from that point on you're going to charge not the amount of work, not the cost for you, it is what is the customer value for that client. So email tracking is for people who call tracking and who have to have for a vendor to call them, a number for the vendor to call them. So email tracking is for people who call the trackage number and want to leave a number for vendor to call. That's possible. Okay, so it's one of the options, but you have also websites where they can book an appointment, okay, and that appointment confirmation goes to the business, but because you send that visitor to the website, you can track that and get charged for that. If it is an invoice, then you can send them a confirmation about that invoice, and I always would, in the form, I always would request that they leave the phone number, so you have an option, possibility to call them back, and you have less spam. Does that make sense, Bob? Okay, clients, when the client is invoiced on Sunday, they must pay on Monday. Does the invoice integrate with my PayPal account for them to make the payment easily? Yes, that is possible within Lead Tracker Jack, and I don't think I'm going to completely cover this, but there is an option, and it's called under account merchant account, and you click on add merchant account, and here on the right hand side is explain the steps what you need to do. It's pretty easy, but you need to do those steps, and then your PayPal account can get connected to the client's PayPal account, and the amount of the invoice get automatically paid from the client to your PayPal account. The big lead companies use a drop-down box chat to get leads. Yes, that's possible. Yes. I like chat boxes too, but that requires that somebody has to operate those chat boxes, and that's manpower. So that's why I typically don't have it implemented yet. Local businesses are too busy to operate that, and I'm too busy too. So the big lead companies, yes, they do. And I think it's a good way also. can you show us how, if you send someone to company website contact form, how you track that? In the last webinar, I showed, I don't know if I still have it. I don't know if I still have it. Okay, here. So this is one of the Rockstars team. Let me show it to you. So this is a Rockstars team where they have a form which you can use. And if you go to the settings, there's a Rockstar options. There's a form settings, and then you can enter the email address where the copy emails goes through. So you want to have one email address to the business and one email address that goes to the call tracking portal, the email tool. Does that make sense? And you set up this email address within the software. So email, new email address, you select the company where you want to track emails for, and you enter a name and you check the availability. Does that make sense? It's so easy. Same principle as call number tracking. It's incredible easy. I'm very pleased how this is integrated. I use it for all my leads now. I didn't use this, I now use. So what percentage over the Service Magic fee should we charge the client since we are giving them exclusive lead? I think Service Magic has a reputation and you need to build them up, Jack, so I would charge the same, but to convert the client, I would say you get exclusive leads, and with Service Magic you have to split them up with other companies. Will the client pay for this email option? Of course, Bob. They want more leads. They want more clients. So some email leads like appointment setting are very valuable. So you don't want to think in email or calls. You want to think in the term of leads, and they need more leads. Every local business needs more clients. Yeah, but you own the website, Bob. That's what I would do. I prefer to own all my websites for my companies. And I put a form on it. And besides calls, I also deliver them email leads. I know some companies don't prefer that you own that website, but you might end up not with a long-term relationship. So what you say, okay, I'm specialized in a certain niche. I know how to bring more customers in. How I do it, I'm an internet marketer. Okay, so those are high qualified leads. How much is a lead worth to you? And based on that, you're going to market it and implement it. Okay, see if I skip some questions. What is the best place to host landing page for pay-per-click? I use HostGator for most of my and they have a reseller plan. It's $20 per month, and I like it. I like it a lot. It's the call tracking portal is on a dedicated server, but my clients are on a real seller plan, and I like it a lot. And it's very affordable. Does that answer your question? You know, you can start with a baby account and you can put 5 sites on it, and that is how I started 4 years ago with Bluehost. but then I found this out. I'm so pleased with it. Brian, does this answer your question? See, okay. To clarify, I meant should I host on a website that I own? Oh, 1 second. I meant own or on a blog. You should own that website. Never. Always own your property, your sales marketed property, your everything you should own, and that is why it's important you use a trackage number. So the next day, if the client is out of business or decides something else and they hired somebody who's think is more affordable, you're out of business. But once you still can generate all the traffic, you just send them to another business. Yes, John. I will do some more AdWords training. I don't think that enhanced AdWords is more expensive than the traditional way, but I do not like the enhanced AdWords. I don't see the added value, because with the new enhanced AdWords, mobile and desktop are integrated, and if you have a big account, you want to have it. I have it all separated, and I had many discussions with Google about it, and I didn't win this discussion, but they couldn't address my questions. So I in your boat, John, but I will come back to it. But it's too early for most users to go in this detail. And I know you asked a couple of times in Facebook about it, but other users get lost when I speak about that advanced stuff. So first we want to set up the trackage number, set a client, set up round robin, website, generate some traffic, and then from that point we can generate some leads. So I think I answered most questions. At least I did my best. I don't want to have this webinar too long and take too much for your time. If one of your questions didn't get answered, just go to send a ticket to support@leadtrackerjack.com. So now I'm going to cover something what I'm really excited about it, and long time I have been so excited. So I think since launch of Lead Tracker Jack, but this is real good stuff. So let me try to change the screen. Do you all guys see my presentation again? Let's see. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, so in my experience, a lot of local businesses don't have a mobile website. And for your guys, you are come from another angle. You think they have, and it's like, you know, breathing air for you. But most don't. And the local business, they know they need one, but it's like seeing is believing. And there is coming tomorrow a software product out which you can show to the local businesses before what their current website looks like on a mobile phone and what a mobile website looks like. And that mobile website here on the right hand side, on the after side, is it? Do you see that clear, or do I need to increase my screen? Do you guys see this quite well? How nice that mobile website looks like, made by software, not by manual made. Just put the URL of the desktop website in it, and you get a mobile lookalike website. And I will show you more examples. I was so impressed about this. You see how messy a restaurant website looks like and how nice it looks like on a mobile website, and this is all made by the software in a click. Just put the URL in it from the desktop website and it creates a mobile website. Is this not unbelievable? So I know some of you guys contact me on Facebook via messaging and say, Jack, and I got a message today and it touched my heart. Jack, I lose a client and I need fast cash. What should I do? And I really think that creating mobile website is such a nice way to get in touch with a business, and once you have automated that process, it isn't hard for you to make them and to convert them, and once you have those clients, you build up your trust, and they need always more leads, and then you can offer all kind of pay-per lead, pay-per-call, pay-per-email. So you have a connection. You build up your clients. Do you see? Are you guys also like me amazed how good this software is and how easy it is to get more clients paying you, between the $300-500 per mobile website, and you can also set recurring payment. Yes, this software creates on a template the before and after. You put the URL in it and it shows the before and after. It doesn't mean that the mobile websites are optimized, are perfect, 100% perfect, but the difference is already that much. The local businesses, they get it. They know, okay, this is not looking good. And once they agree on that you make a mobile website, you can offer, okay, the standard version, but you can also improve the mobile website with a little bit advanced software. Yes, this software is not, I'm promoting that tomorrow. It's not made by myself. But I came across to it from my partner Mark Helton, so I knew it was coming, and I'm promoting this because most of when people contacted me, they're always either they are in big need for fast cash or they are successful and they thank you, Jack, I quit my job. So there's a lot of big spectrum, and for people who need fast cash and get new clients, I really believe this is a method you can do. So that is why I'm promoting it. And there are more people promoting it tomorrow, but so I think I spelled this wrong. So if you buy it from me, I'm going to help you to implement this business. You get access to my software developers, and they are top of the notch, okay? So in that case, you do not need to do the fulfillment. So if you say, hey, make a mobile website that seems to me hard for me, no problem, okay? Focus, use the software, get those leads and get those clients, and have the software developers create that mobile website for you. I'm also doing a webinar which shows how to use the software so that you feel more comfortable how to do it, and I'm also going to implement it as part of my business because this is such a cash maker, and if you go after a certain niche, you'll get also those clients. So that is what I had to present today about making fast cash. See if I missed some questions. So I have a mobile website. So that's very good, Bob. So this one create the mobile websites instantly, and you can show them the difference between the current desktop version on a mobile device and how it looks like on a almost look alike if it is a mobile website. It's not perfect, but it's all about conversion. You need something visible to the local business owner to say, hey, your desktop website doesn't look good on a mobile device. And more than how many searches are now on a mobile device instead of on a desktop device, and for sure for local services. So I need something now. Who's running now to the computer instead of using the mobile device? So how much we're charging the users for the software developers to do this fulfillment? It will be on an hourly basis. So the default rate is $20 per hour. But if you tell them that you come from me, it will be $15 per hour. So it's very affordable. You will not get you can track everything in Odesk. You see the screen names. I don't know if you have an Odesk account, but you should. I love it, and everything is tracked. It's so much easy. Everything is organized in that way. Do you also pay less for a pay-per-click if you point people to a mobile optimized landing page? Point people. Do you also pay less for pay-per-click if you point people to mobile optimized landing page? Earl, I'm not sure how to answer that question. What fulfillment are you referring to? I don't understand it. So, see, assuming you are good in sales, or you know how to get clients with this software what tomorrow is on the market, okay? Then you need to do the fulfillment at one time, okay? This software only helps to get that client and get a foot in the door, okay? Either now you can decide, I do it by myself, do the fulfillment, but you should not do it eventually, but you should outsource to creating those mobile websites. And you can use my software developments to do that, and that's my bonus. And I know there are other bonuses around from other one, but the only thing that I care is that you get successful in your business. Yes. So if you send mobile AdWords customers to a mobile-friendly landing page, then Google gives you a better quality than the. Yes, yes. So if you do pay-per-click and you send them to a mobile website, Google is going to value with a higher quality score than is sent to a desktop website. So what is your mobile platform? We can discuss about it. I use a very expensive software, so we can discuss it. There are some cheaper around. So did I miss any question? I don't want to make it too long today, because then the replay will be long, and I appreciate everybody's time. So are you guys excited about this software? I am. I think it's a home run. Are those websites hosted by Mark? You put an URL in the system and you get an outcome. I'm not sure how. It's not like a property. It's just a demo. I cannot demo the software right now. They didn't let me. Tomorrow it comes on the market, but I wanted to show you that you need to look out for this promotion. I'm sending out an email tomorrow at 11 o'clock EST, and I'm going to offer those bonuses, which I think will help you to implement it. And you should eventually focus on the sales. That is the part is not easy to outsource, but the fulfillment, I do think you need to get used to it, that somebody else is doing it. So then you can get more and more and more clients. Yes, Nick, there is a recording. Don't worry. I will send them out. I think in the beginning we covered the call portal, and I think that is the method you want to follow if you need some fast cash and get some more clients. Okay, so with that said, if there are any questions not covered, feel free to send me an email to support@leadtrackerjack.com. And tomorrow there's another training session scheduled about Google AdWords keyword tracking. It's pretty advanced. I implemented it for myself to know which call generates, which keyword generate those calls. It has changed all my AdWords campaigns. It's incredibly powerful once you have that, once you know how to do it. But that only makes sense when you applying AdWords for lead gen, and eventually you will. I know, because you will get trained by me. But it might not be the first thing you want to do, because you're a little bit scared to spend some money on AdWords. But it really is powerful. So with that, I'm thanking all of you that you could make it tonight. And if there's any questions left, then how do we spell your support email address? So let me try support@leadtrackerjack.com, support@leadtrackerjack.com. So I think that email address is everywhere. So if you, let's see, is there any question? It's not here, but support@leadtrackerjack.com. So it's pretty straightforward. Okay, thank you so much for your time, and tomorrow is another call training session about keyword tracking. And next, please go to the Facebook group, leave your comment about what you think about this training session and what you'd like to learn the next time. So I need that feedback to focus my time to make you successful. So most of you guys are in the Facebook group, so please go into, tell about what you think about this webinar and what you'd like to learn the next time. And I would appreciate that, to get some activity here. And I also wanted to say, to become successful, you need to network. If you think you can become successful by your own, it takes you much and much longer. Once you find partners in your same niche, you share knowledge, you share things what works and what didn't work, your business is growing much faster. I guarantee you. I try to network 1/3 of the day, what I should do. I don't do that, but you guys ask me questions via messaging, via Facebook, and that forced me to network. And I learned so much also from you guys, and that helps my business too. And you should do it too. You should use Facebook group much better. That's what I think, to learn other people. Okay, that is, with that, I'm closing this webinar, and I really thank all for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.